If you are over 60 and you feel like your body is getting weaker, no matter how much you try to stay active, then I want you to stop for a moment and really listen to what I'm about to tell you. Because this one simple exercise could make a bigger difference in your strength, your balance, your confidence, and your independence than most people realize. For years, many older adults were told that the best thing they could do for their health was simply to walk more. And let me be clear, walking is wonderful. It supports circulation, lifts your mood, and keeps you moving. But if walking is the only thing you are doing, then you may be missing the one type of movement your body needs most after 60, and that missing piece is strength. The truth is this: after the age of 60, the body does not just need movement. It needs a reason to stay strong. It needs a signal that tells your muscles, your bones, your joints, and your nervous system that you still need power, stability, and control in everyday life. That is why today I want to share one simple exercise that can truly change your life if you do it consistently. It does not require a gym. It does not require expensive equipment. And it does not require you to be fit before you begin. It is simple, it is practical, and it trains one of the most important abilities you can have as you age. That exercise is the sit to stand. Yes, something as basic as standing up from a chair and sitting back down with control may be one of the most life-changing exercises for adults over 60. And before you dismiss it because it sounds too easy, stay with me. Because what looks simple is often exactly what the body needs most. Welcome, my friend. I'm Dr. David Wilson, and on this channel, we focus on simple science-backed ways to help you stay strong, active, independent, and full of life as you get older. If you are new here, I'm glad you found us. And if you are returning, thank you for being here with me again. I want to encourage you to stay with me all the way to the end of this message, because I'm not only going to explain why this exercise is so powerful, I'm also going to show you how to do it safely, how often to do it, and how to make it part of your daily routine, even if your knees are stiff, your energy is low, or you have not exercised in a long time. Now let me ask you to think honestly for a moment. Have you ever noticed that some people can walk every day and still struggle to get up from a chair? Have you ever felt that your legs tire quickly, your balance feels uncertain, or getting up from bed, the couch, or the toilet takes more effort than it used to? That is not laziness. That is not weakness of character. That is your body asking for a different kind of training. Because walking and strength are not the same thing. Walking is helpful, but it does not fully challenge the muscles that protect your independence. It does not place enough demand on your thighs, your hips, your glutes, and your core to stop age-related muscle loss on its own. And that muscle loss is one of the biggest reasons everyday life starts to feel harder with age. When muscles weaken, everything changes. Your balance becomes less reliable. Your posture begins to collapse. Your joints take on more stress. Your walking speed slows down. Your risk of falling goes up. And tasks that once felt automatic begin to feel tiring and uncertain. That is why one of the strongest predictors of healthy aging is not just how far you can walk. It is whether you can rise from a seated position with control, without struggling, and without fear. Think about how many times a day you stand up. You stand up to get out of bed. You stand up from the table. You stand up from the couch. You stand up from the bathroom. You stand up to answer the door, to cook, to move, to live your life. If that one movement becomes difficult, life becomes smaller. But if that movement becomes stronger, life becomes easier. This is why the sit to stand is so powerful. It trains one of the most essential movement patterns in human life. It directly strengthens the muscles you need for daily independence. It builds coordination. It improves stability. It teaches your body to handle your own weight against gravity safely and naturally. Every time you rise from a chair, you are asking your legs, your hips, your core, and your brain to work together. That is not just exercise. That is real-life strength training. And the beauty of it is that it is highly adaptable. You can do it slowly. You can use your hands if needed. You can control the depth. You can begin with only a few repetitions. The chair is always there to support you. That makes it one of the safest and most practical exercises for older adults. Now let me explain why this matters so much after 60. As we age, muscle naturally declines if it is not challenged. This process can begin earlier than most people realize, and after 60, it tends to speed up. If you do not regularly ask your muscles to work with purpose, your body starts to let go of strength that it believes you no longer need, and your body is always paying attention. If your daily movements are easy and repetitive, your body adapts by maintaining only what feels necessary. But when you repeatedly ask it to rise, lower, stabilize, and control your own body weight, it receives a much stronger message. That message is this: we still need strength, we still need power, we still need balance, we still need independence. And when your body gets that message often enough, it responds. It starts rebuilding capacity. That means stronger legs, more stable hips, better coordination, improved confidence, and less fear during daily movement. Now, I want to be very clear about something important. This exercise is not valuable because it looks impressive. It is valuable because it translates directly into real life. That is what so many people miss. A lot of exercises look good on paper, but they do not always connect to the exact things older adults need most. The sit to stand does. It helps you get up more easily. It helps you move more confidently. It helps reduce your reliance on pushing off with your hands. It helps train your body to stay steady when shifting weight, and it improves the exact kind of functional strength that supports independent living. That is why something so simple can create such a powerful change. And let's talk about falls for a moment, because this is one of the biggest concerns after 60. Many people are not just afraid of pain, they are afraid of losing their freedom. One bad fall can shake your confidence for months, sometimes longer. And once fear enters movement, the body begins to hold back. You move less, you trust yourself less, your muscles weaken more, and the cycle becomes difficult to break. The sit to stand helps interrupt that cycle. It gives you a controlled way to practice rising, lowering, balancing, and stabilizing in a safe environment. You are not moving fast. You are not jumping. You are not putting yourself in a risky position. You are teaching your body to handle one of the most important movements of daily life with more control. And control creates confidence. Confidence creates movement. And movement, when done correctly, creates strength. Now let me show you how to do this exercise safely. Start with a sturdy chair that does not slide. Sit near the front edge of the chair with your feet flat on the floor, about hip width or shoulder width apart. Keep your chest lifted, your shoulders relaxed, and your eyes looking forward. From there, lean your upper body slightly forward from the hips. Press through your heels and gently stand up. Do not rush. Just rise with control until you are fully upright. Then slowly lower yourself back down. Push your hips back, bend your knees, and sit down gently. Do not drop into the chair. The lowering phase matters just as much as the standing phase. That is one repetition. If you need support at first, it is perfectly fine to use the armrests or place your hands lightly on your thighs. There's no shame in starting where you are. The goal is not to impress anyone. The goal is to train safely and consistently. For some of you, 3 to 5 repetitions may be enough in the beginning. For others, 8 to 10 may feel manageable. What matters most is that you feel your muscles working without sharp pain. A little effort is normal. A little fatigue is normal. Pain is not. If your knees are sensitive, lower only as far as feels comfortable. If your back is stiff, focus on keeping your chest lifted and moving slowly. If you feel unsteady, place the chair near a counter or table so you can lightly touch something for balance. This is not about perfection. This is about progress. And progress happens when you repeat a useful movement often enough for the body to adapt. Now here's where things get really exciting. When you perform sit to stands regularly, you are not just strengthening your legs, you are also asking your heart and lungs to support repeated effort. Your circulation improves, your body becomes more efficient, your nervous system becomes sharper, your brain gets better at coordinating movement. That means this one exercise can support multiple systems at once: stronger muscles, better balance, more stamina, more stable joints, improved confidence, and better function in everyday life. This is exactly why simple, functional exercises can be so powerful for aging well. They do not just train appearance, they train ability, and ability is what protects freedom. I want you to imagine something. Imagine waking up and feeling more stable when you take your first steps. Imagine getting out of a chair without rocking forward 3 times. Imagine walking into a room without that quiet fear that your legs may not support you the way they used to. Imagine climbing stairs with more confidence. Imagine needing less help. Imagine trusting your body more. That is what functional strength gives back to you. Not just stronger muscles, but a bigger life. Because when the body feels more capable, the mind opens up again. You go out more. You hesitate less. You depend less on fear. And everyday tasks stop feeling like obstacles. This is why I say this one simple exercise could change your life. Not because it is magical, but because it restores something aging often tries to take away: confidence in your own body. Now, how often should you do it? A very good place to begin is 3 to 4 days a week. If your body tolerates it well, you can even practice a small amount daily. Start with one set of a manageable number of repetitions. That may be 5, it may be 8, it may be 10. The right number is the one you can do with control and good form. As your strength improves, you can gradually increase the challenge. You can add more repetitions. You can move more slowly on the way down. You can pause briefly before sitting. You can try using less hand support over time. These small progressions matter. You do not need dramatic changes. You need consistent signals. And that is one of the biggest secrets to healthy aging. Consistency beats intensity. A simple movement done regularly will change your body far more effectively than an ambitious routine you do once and then abandon. Your body loves repetition when that repetition is safe, useful, and sustainable. That is how real change happens. Not in one perfect day, not in one burst of motivation, but in small decisions repeated again and again. And that brings me to something I want to say directly to anyone listening who feels discouraged. Maybe you feel your body has changed too much. Maybe you feel you started too late. Maybe you feel exercise is for other people, not for you anymore. Maybe pain, fatigue, or fear has made you doubt what is still possible. Please hear me clearly. You are not too old. You are not too far gone, and your body is not finished. Your body is still listening. It is still adapting. It is still capable of becoming stronger than it is today. Yes, progress may be slower than it once was. Yes, patience matters more now, but improvement is still possible. And sometimes that improvement begins with something as simple as standing up from a chair 5 times with full attention and care. That small act can become the beginning of a stronger future. Now, I also want to be responsible and say this clearly. If you have severe pain, recent surgery, serious dizziness, or a medical condition that affects safe movement, please speak with your doctor or physical therapist before beginning any new exercise. Safety always comes first. There is wisdom in starting carefully. But for many adults over 60, this exercise can be one of the most accessible and beneficial places to start. And if you are already walking regularly, that is excellent. Keep walking. Walking still has value. It supports the heart, helps the mind, and encourages daily activity. But let walking support your strength work, not replace it. Think of walking as something that helps keep you moving. Think of sit to stands as something that helps keep you capable. You need both. But if strength is missing, movement eventually becomes harder to maintain. That is why this one exercise matters so much. It does not just help you exercise, it helps you live. Before we go further, if this message is helping you, take a moment to like this video. It truly helps more people find this information. And if you want more simple, practical, science-backed health guidance for better aging, make sure you subscribe so you never miss future videos with Dr. David Wilson. Now take a slow breath with me for a moment. Relax your shoulders, unclench your jaw, and remember this: your age does not cancel your potential. Your past does not decide your future. And your body can still respond beautifully when you give it the right kind of movement. Now let's go a little deeper, because there is another reason this exercise is so important. Many people over 60 lose strength without realizing it at first. It does not happen all at once. It happens quietly. A little more effort getting out of the car, a little more hesitation standing up from the sofa, a little more reliance on handrails, a little more fatigue by the end of the day. These changes may seem small, but over time they add up, and when they are ignored, independence can start slipping away little by little. That is why early action matters. You do not wait until movement becomes impossible. You train while improvement is still available, and improvement is available far more often than people think. One of the best things about the sit to stand is that it meets you exactly where you are. If you are very deconditioned, you can begin with a higher chair. If you need support, use support. If you get tired quickly, do fewer repetitions. If you feel stronger, slow the movement down and take more control. This exercise grows with you, and that makes it ideal for long-term use. There is also a mental benefit here that many people overlook. Every time you complete a repetition with control, you send your brain a message of competence. You remind yourself that your body can still perform. You remind yourself that effort creates change. You remind yourself that strength is not something reserved for the young. That mental shift matters, because once people begin feeling capable again, they often begin doing more in other areas too. They walk more confidently. They leave the house more often. They participate more. They trust themselves more. Physical strength often becomes emotional strength, and emotional strength changes everything. If you want a very simple way to make this habit stick, connect it to something you already do each day. Practice a few repetitions before breakfast, or before you sit down for lunch, or during a television break, or before your evening walk. When the habit becomes attached to normal life, it becomes easier to maintain. And when it becomes easier to maintain, it becomes powerful. Because the best exercise in the world is not the one that sounds impressive. It is the one you will actually do consistently. Let me say that again. The best exercise is the one you will actually do consistently. That is one reason this movement works so well. It is simple enough to start, effective enough to matter, and practical enough to continue. And over time, those repeated efforts create visible change. You may notice it in small ways first. Standing becomes smoother, your legs feel more dependable, your balance feels steadier, you need less help from your hands, you feel less hesitant, you recover faster from daily tasks. These are not small things. These are signs that your body is rebuilding function. Celebrate them, because real transformation does not always begin with dramatic results. It often begins with quiet improvements that show your body is moving in the right direction. And if you stay consistent, those quiet improvements grow. So if you are over 60 and wondering what one simple exercise could truly make a difference in your life, this is one of the strongest answers I can give you. Practice standing up. Practice sitting down with control. Practice telling your body that strength still matters, because it does, and so do you. I'm Dr. David Wilson, and I want to leave you with this thought. You do not need to reclaim the body you had 20 years ago. You simply need to build the strongest, safest, most capable version of the body you have today. That journey can begin with one chair, one movement, a few repetitions, and the decision not to give up on yourself. Start small, start safely. but start. Because one simple exercise done with consistency really can change your life.